Okay, imagine this for a second. You walk into your garden, you plant a few vegetables, and then here's the crazy part. You never have to plant them again. They just come back. Every single year. Sounds too good to be true, right? Like some kind of gardening fairy tale? But here's the thing, nature has a few secrets that most gardeners never discover. There are vegetables out there that behave just like fruit trees. You plant them once, and they keep producing for years. No replanting, no seed trays, no redoing your garden beds every single season. Just food, abundance, and a garden that gives back effortlessly. Today we're uncovering 20 vegetables that grow like fruit trees. The kind you plant once and they feed you again and again, almost forever. And stick with me till the end, because some of these are so rare and underrated that even experienced gardeners have never heard of them. Numbers 17 through 20, absolute game changers. But before we dive in, if you love discovering ways to grow more food with less work, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell right now. It's free. It helps this video reach more gardeners like you, and honestly, you'll never miss another practical idea from No Fail Garden. Alright, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's uncover these 20 incredible vegetables together. So here's what makes these vegetables special. They're perennials. They're the set it and forget it crops. The ones that laugh at winter, shrug off drought, and come back stronger every season. Look, I get it. Gardening can feel like a lot of work sometimes. Starting seeds indoors, transplanting, weeding, watering, doing it all over again next year. But what if you could plant something once and have it feed you for the next 10, 15, even 20 years? That's what we're talking about today. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which vegetables to plant for long-term food security, which ones thrive on neglect, and which ones can literally walk across your garden on their own. Yes, really. Let's dig in. Vegetable number 1, Jerusalem artichoke. First up, and this one's seriously underrated, Jerusalem artichoke, also called sunchoke. Above ground, it looks like a cheerful sunflower, tall, bright, full of life, but underground, that's where the magic happens. It produces these knobbly, nutty-flavored tubers that taste like a mix between potatoes and water chestnuts. Earthy, slightly sweet, absolutely delicious. And here's the best part. Once you plant it, you never need to replant again. The first time I grew these, I harvested a bunch in fall, forgot about a few in the soil, and the next spring, they came back like they'd never left. Actually thicker and stronger than before. These roots multiply on their own. You dig up what you need, leave a few behind, and boom, next season they're back. Jerusalem artichoke is drought-resistant, pest-resistant. Happy even in poor soil, requires almost zero maintenance. In fact, once it's established, it can spread so well you might need to give some away to your neighbors. Here's a trick most people don't know. Plant Jerusalem artichoke beside mint or garlic chives. They naturally repel aphids and root maggots. That combo keeps your soil healthy and comes back every year like a mini food forest. Quick question. Have you ever grown Jerusalem artichoke? Or is this your first time hearing about it? Drop tried it or new to me in the comments. I'm curious who's already discovered this gem. Vegetable number 2, horseradish. Next up is horseradish, the warrior of the root world. Here's the thing about horseradish. Once it takes hold, it's almost impossible to get rid of. And honestly, that's a good thing. This plant is a true perennial survivor. Even the tiniest piece of root left behind after harvest will grow back into a full plant. It thrives through neglect, shrugs off pests, laughs in the face of frost. What makes horseradish special isn't just that sharp, fiery kick that wakes up any meal. It's the way it keeps giving. You plant it once, and it rewards you year after year with powerful roots full of flavor, vitamins, and natural health benefits. It doesn't need rich soil or constant watering. In fact, it prefers to do its own thing. Just tuck it into a sunny or partly shaded corner of your garden and let it grow wild. When you're ready to harvest, dig out what you need, but always leave a few roots behind. That's your secret to a permanent, never-ending supply. Horseradish is tough, loyal, and independent. The kind of plant every gardener loves. Pro tip: growing horseradish near potatoes or carrots helps repel pests and boost root growth naturally. It's a simple pairing that keeps your underground crops thriving all season long. Vegetable number 3, sweet potato vine. Now let's talk about sweet potato vine, a plant that feeds, beautifies, and keeps on giving. Most people only think about the tasty roots, but this plant, it's a triple threat. 1. Its vines crawl gracefully across the soil, protecting it from heat and erosion. 2. Those heart-shaped leaves, completely edible, packed with nutrients like spinach but sweeter and softer when cooked. 3. The roots themselves, sweet, nutritious, abundant. Here's what makes it special. Once you plant sweet potatoes, you've basically started a cycle that never ends. Even if you harvest all the tubers, just leave a few small ones or a cutting in the ground. When the rains return, the plant will sprout right back. It's nature's way of saying, you'll never go hungry if you take care of me. This vine loves sunlight, warm climates, loose soil, a bit of water, and here's something special. The more space you give it, the more it rewards you, spreading like a living carpet of green and gold. Garden hack: grow sweet potato vines near beans or corn. They create a natural shade system and keep the soil moist longer. That teamwork means less watering and more harvest for you. All right, real talk. Do you eat sweet potato leaves, or have you only tried the roots? Comment leaves or roots only, because I bet most people don't even know the leaves are edible. Vegetable number 4, asparagus. Now let's talk about asparagus, the king of patience and reward in the garden. This plant is like a financial investment that pays dividends for years. You plant it once, care for it during the first season, and after that, it becomes a living gift that comes back stronger every spring. Tall, elegant, and loaded with tender green spears. Here's how it works. Year 1. You wait. The plant is establishing roots. Year 2. You start to see its promise. A few spears appear. Year 3. You're harvesting delicious shoots every few days, and here's the magic. A single asparagus bed can produce for 15 to 20 years without replanting. Let that sink in. 20 years of fresh food from one start. I know that first year of waiting feels long, but trust me, by year 3, when you're snipping fresh spears every morning for breakfast, you'll forget you ever had to wait. Asparagus loves sunlight, well-drained soil, patience, just at first. Once the roots are deep, it can handle heat, drought, and even neglect. Secret to thick, tender spears. Add composted manure or seaweed around your asparagus in early spring. It fuels growth and can literally double your harvest. Just a handful each season makes a huge difference. Vegetable number 5. Rhubarb. Next up is rhubarb, a bold, beautiful plant that looks like it belongs in a tropical jungle but grows perfectly in your backyard. With its huge green leaves and deep red stalks, rhubarb isn't just eye-catching, it's incredibly productive. Once it takes root, it keeps coming back every spring, bursting through the soil with new shoots, ready to feed you again and again. You only plant it once, but it can keep producing for 10 years or more if you harvest it right. The stalks are tart, tangy, and packed with vitamins, perfect for pies, jams, even savory dishes. And here's the best part, rhubarb thrives on neglect. Give it space, good compost, a little patience, and it'll do the rest. It's like having a fruit tree that grows candy-flavored stems. Nature's little secret dessert. Companion planting tip. Plant rhubarb near chives or garlic. It helps keep leaf beetles and aphids away naturally. Low-effort trick. Big protection. Vegetable number 6, tree collards. Now here's one that truly earns its name, tree collards, also known as perennial kale. Imagine a vegetable that grows tall like a shrub, stays green all year round, keeps giving you fresh leaves without ever replanting. That's the magic of tree collards. Once established, they can live for up to 20 years. 20 years of fresh greens, producing new leaves every few weeks, even when other greens have withered away in the cold. They're loaded with calcium, iron, vitamins, and the flavor. Smoother than regular kale, less bitter, more earthy. You can eat them, raw, stir-fried, steamed. The best part is how little effort they need. Just prune them once in a while to encourage new growth, and they'll reward you endlessly. Tree collards also grow fast, making them a perfect living fence or privacy hedge. Strong, resilient, and evergreen. A true garden treasure. Planting tree collards beside basil or marigold helps repel cabbage worms and attract pollinators at the same time. It's a beautiful, self-sustaining combo that never quits. Okay, we're 6 vegetables in and I'm already pumped. How about you? Quick pause. If you're enjoying this list so far, do me a favor and smash that like button. It really helps other gardeners discover these amazing perennial vegetables. And hey, which one has been your favorite so far? Drop the name in the comments. I'm reading every single one. Coming up next, we've got some truly unique plants, including one that literally walks across your garden. Yes, you heard that right. And number 20, it's called the miracle green for a reason. Let's keep going. Vegetable number 7, Egyptian walking onion. This one sounds almost mythical, the Egyptian walking onion. It's not your regular onion. This plant has a personality. Here's how it works. As it grows, it produces small bulb clusters at the top of its stalks. When those get heavy, they bend down, touch the soil, and root themselves, growing a brand new plant. That's why it's called the walking onion. It literally spreads itself across your garden, one step at a time. You plant it once and it never stops multiplying. Everything is edible. The underground bulbs, the stems, even the little top bulbs, flavorful, mild, and full of that perfect onion bite. And the best part? It thrives in both cold and hot climates, needs almost no care, and laughs in the face of drought. The Egyptian walking onion isn't just food, it's motion, life, self-renewal, all in one plant. Companion planting, planted near carrots or beets to repel root maggots and beet flies naturally. Simple way to protect 2 crops at once. Has anyone actually seen one of these walking onions in action? If you grow them, comment, "I've seen it walk." I need to know if they're as cool as they sound. Vegetable number 8, Malabar spinach. Next up is Malabar spinach, the tropical climber that never quits. This isn't your typical spinach. Instead of growing low and fading fast, Malabar spinach climbs. Its glossy green leaves spiral up trellises, fences, or even other plants, creating a lush edible curtain of nutrition. It's packed with iron, vitamin A, antioxidants, and it stays productive even in the peak of summer when regular spinach has long given up. Once you plant it, the vines reseed themselves naturally. Even if frost knocks them back, they bounce right back with warmth, climbing again like they never left. It's truly a plant once, eat forever green that thrives in heat and humidity. Perfect for tropical and subtropical gardens. The leaves are thick and slightly mucilaginous, perfect for soups, stir-fries, stews, and when it starts to flower, those tiny purple blooms add a pop of color to your garden walls. Smart gardening hack, train Malabar spinach to grow beside beans or peppers. It provides natural shade and moisture retention for both crops. Less watering, more harvest. Vegetable number 9, chayote. Now let's talk about chayote, the climbing vegetable that behaves like a fruit tree, also known as vegetable pear or mirliton. Chayote grows on long, vigorous vines that can cover a whole fence or trellis with lush green leaves and dangling light green fruits. Each fruit is crisp, juicy and mild, like a cross between cucumber and apple, and the plant can produce hundreds of them in a single growing season. Here's the best part. Once planted, it keeps coming back every year. Its roots stay alive underground, sending up new vines each season. With just one plant, you can harvest baskets of fruit-like vegetables for years without replanting. It's a dream for lazy gardeners. Loves the sun, doesn't mind poor soil. The more you pick, the more it produces, plus the young shoots and leaves are edible too. Tender and delicious when sautéed. Space-saving trick. Grow chayote beside corn or sunflowers. They make strong natural supports for the vines to climb. Saves you space and turns your garden into a living food jungle. Vegetable, there are 10, Okinawa spinach. Next up is Okinawa spinach, the vibrant, low-growing green that feeds you endlessly. This plant is stunning. Its leaves are dark green on top and deep purple underneath, giving your garden a burst of color while quietly producing food every day. Native to Asia, Okinawa spinach is a true perennial. Once it takes root, it grows year-round in warm climates and comes back effortlessly after the rains. It's rich in antioxidants, fiber, vitamins, and has a subtle, slightly tangy taste that works in soups, salads, and stir-fries. Even better, it's been linked to longevity in Okinawan diets, the same region famous for having some of the world's healthiest people. It's a plant that doesn't demand attention, just give it a bit of shade, a little moisture, and it'll spread gently like a living green carpet. Perfect for edging garden beds or filling empty corners with edible beauty. Plant Okinawa spinach beside lemongrass or ginger. They keep pests away and enhance soil aroma naturally. You'll grow a garden that looks, smells, and tastes amazing. All right, my garden friends, quick check-in before we keep going. If you're enjoying these plant once, eat forever ideas, go ahead and tap that subscribe button right now. It helps the channel grow, and it tells me you love learning about food that practically grows itself. And hey, drop your favorite vegetable in the comments. Which one's surprising you the most so far? Are you team, I've grown that? Or team, wait, that exists? Let me know. All right. Let's keep going because the next one might just change how you see your garden forever. Vegetable. 11. Moringa. Now let's talk about Moringa, often called the miracle tree. And trust me, that name is well deserved. This plant is a true survivor. Once you plant it, it grows fast, sometimes over 10 feet in a single season, and it never stops giving. Every part of it is useful, the leaves, the pods, even the seeds. The leaves are tender, nutrient-dense, and taste like a cross between spinach and matcha, packed with protein, iron, vitamins A and C. In many parts of the world, moringa is used to fight malnutrition because it grows where other crops can't. It loves sunlight, survives drought, thrives in poor soil, all while regenerating itself after every cut. Once established, it's almost indestructible. The best part? You can keep harvesting the leaves every week, and the more you trim, the more it grows. Like nature's own renewable energy source for food. Grow moringa near lemongrass or basil. They repel leaf miners and mosquitoes, keeping your mini food forest healthy. Plus, those scents together make your garden smell incredible. Vegetable number 12, sorrel roselle. Up next is sorrel, or as some call it, roselle or Jamaican sorrel. This is the plant that brings both beauty and flavor to your garden. Its deep red stems, green leaves, and bright crimson calyxes make it look like an ornamental flower. But everything about it is edible and useful. The leaves have a tangy, lemony flavor, perfect for soups and salads. The red calyxes are used to make the famous Jamaican sorrel drink. Sweet, tart, and rich in vitamin C. What makes sorrel special is how it behaves like a fruit tree. Once you plant it, it reseeds itself easily. Even if you cut it back, new shoots return the next season stronger than before. It loves sunlight, thrives in tropical heat, asks almost nothing in return, just good drainage and a little space to show off its color. And when it blooms, your garden lights up like it's celebrating. Pair sorrel with ginger or turmeric. They boost soil health and make your harvest taste even richer. It's a natural blend of spice, color, and nutrition. Vegetable number 13, perennial spinach. Now let's move to a real hidden gem, perennial spinach, also known as Suriname or Brazilian spinach. This leafy green is a gift for anyone who hates constant replanting. Unlike regular spinach that fades fast, perennial spinach keeps producing lush, crinkled leaves all year long. Once you plant it, it spreads gently across the soil, forming a low, edible ground cover that's both decorative and delicious. The leaves are thick, slightly crunchy, and hold up beautifully in stir-fries or soups. And because it thrives in warm, humid weather, it's perfect for tropical or subtropical gardens. It loves partial shade, grows fast, asks almost nothing in return. If you want an effortless, cut-and-come-again green that never stops giving, this is it. Grow perennial spinach beside ginger or turmeric. They share nutrients well and help keep the soil pest-free. You'll get healthier roots and endless greens side by side. Vegetable number 14, taro. Next up is taro, also known as cocoa yam, a tropical root crop that behaves just like a fruit tree, underground. Once you plant it, taro builds a deep, steady root system that comes back stronger each year. Its broad, heart-shaped leaves are stunning. They capture sunlight like solar panels, fueling the thick, starchy corms below the soil. Those roots are rich, creamy, and slightly nutty, a staple food across Africa, Asia, and the Pacific. The beauty of taro is how little maintenance it needs. It thrives in wet or swampy spots where most vegetables fail, perfect for areas with heavy rainfall or poor drainage. And even after harvest, small side corms left in the ground will sprout again next season, meaning you plant it once and it keeps feeding you indefinitely. It's like nature's answer to, what if one plant could sustain you completely? Grow taro near lemongrass or turmeric. They deter snails and rot-causing fungi, keeping your roots clean and strong. Perfect natural defense for long-term harvests. Vegetable sucker 15, winged bean. Now let's talk about winged bean, the plant that truly lives up to the everything is edible promise. Native to tropical regions, this vine produces pods that look like little green stars, four-winged and full of crunch. But here's the amazing part. You can eat every part of it. The pods, leaves, flowers, even the roots, all edible and protein-rich. Once established, it grows like crazy, climbing fences and trellises, blessing you with new pods every few days. Winged beans thrive in heat, humidity, and poor soil. Fix nitrogen, enriching your garden naturally. So every season, your soil gets better, not weaker. And with the right care, it reseeds itself easily, giving you endless harvests year after year. Plant winged beans beside corn or moringa. Supports its climb and helps boost soil fertility naturally. It's a living food network that takes care of itself. Okay, real question. Who here has actually tried winged beans? Comment tried it if you have or want to if this is new to you. Vegetables. 16, 20, rapid fire. All right, we're in the home stretch. Let me rapid fire through the final 5 because each one is absolutely incredible. Vegetable twine 16, cassava. The survivor's plant. Once you plant its cuttings, it doesn't just grow, it thrives even in poor soil and dry seasons. Beneath the soil, it forms thick, starchy roots that can stay fresh underground for months, waiting patiently until you're ready to harvest. You don't need fancy care. Just plant the stem, water occasionally, give it sunlight. Within 8 to 12 months, full root harvest. And if you leave some pieces in the ground, new plants sprout on their own next season. Even the leaves are edible when cooked, rich in protein, vitamins, and minerals. Bonus tip. Intercrop cassava with beans or maize to boost soil nitrogen and reduce weed growth naturally. Vegetable, Nurture 17, arrowroot. The quiet achiever of the garden world, hidden beneath those lush green leaves lies its secret, smooth white roots that make one of the finest, most digestible flowers in the world. Gentle on the stomach, naturally gluten-free, used for centuries as healing food, arrowroot is a true perennial. Once it settles in, the underground rhizomes keep multiplying every season. Harvest what you need, leave a few roots behind, and they'll regrow without fail year after year. It thrives in humid, shady areas, perfect for spots where other crops struggle. Bonus tip, plant arrowroot beside turmeric or ginger. They share moisture well and help prevent root rot naturally. Vegetable number 18, Ceylon spinach, also known as Bacella alba or Indian spinach. This tropical vine is one of the most underrated perennial greens you can grow. Its thick, glossy leaves are packed with iron, calcium, and antioxidants. And they stay tender even under intense heat when regular spinach withers away. Ceylon spinach loves to climb. Give it a trellis, fence, or even a small pole, and it'll wrap around beautifully, producing a cascade of edible greens all year round. The more you harvest, the more it grows. Endless supply. And when it flowers, tiny purple blooms attract bees and butterflies. Bonus tip, grow Ceylon spinach beside sweet potato vine or okra. They share nutrients and create natural shade that keeps soil cool and moist. Vegetable, number 19, bamboo shoots. This one might surprise you. Most people think of bamboo as just fast-growing privacy screening, but certain species produce tender edible shoots that come back every single year. Once bamboo is established, it grows like a force of nature. Its underground rhizomes spread deep and wide, sending up new shoots season after season. You harvest the young shoots when they're still tender, peel, boil, and you've got a delicious, crunchy vegetable used in stir-fries, soups, and curries. Give it sunlight, space, and moisture, and it'll take care of itself. In fact, you might even need to harvest more just to keep it from taking over. A good problem for any gardener. Bonus tip, plant edible bamboo near banana or ginger. They share shade and moisture, creating a balanced mini ecosystem. Vegetable, number 20, chaya. And finally, let's end with a true legend, chaya, also known as tree spinach. Imagine a leafy plant so rich in nutrients that it's called the miracle green in parts of Central America. Chaya looks like a small tree with broad, glossy leaves that shimmer in the sunlight. Once planted, it can live for years, growing up to 6 feet tall, producing an endless supply of edible spinach-like leaves. Unlike most greens, chaya thrives in heat-poor soil, even drought. It's nearly impossible to kill. Just snap a stem, stick it in the ground, and you've got a brand new plant. The leaves are loaded with protein, calcium, iron, vitamins, and they don't wilt away like normal spinach. To eat them safely, the leaves must be boiled for about 10-15 minutes. This removes a mild natural toxin, leaving you with a tender, earthy-tasting green that's perfect for stews, omelets, or wraps. Chaya is more than a plant. It's survival food. Once it's in your garden, you'll never run out of fresh greens again. Bonus tip, grow chaya near lemongrass or marigold. They repel insects naturally and boost soil health, keeping your chaya vibrant and pest-free all year long. Closing call to action. So there you have it, my friends, 20 vegetables that grow like fruit trees. You plant them once, and they feed you for years. These aren't just crops, they're investments. Investments in food security, sustainability, abundance. If there's one thing every gardener learns with time, it's that the best harvests come from the plants that keep giving back. These 20 vegetables are living proof of that. The kind that don't just grow, but stay, feeding your family, enriching your soil, and reminding you that patience pays in the garden. Before you go, 1. If this video inspired you or gave you an idea to try, give it a thumbs up. 2. Subscribe so you never miss our next deep dive into practical, budget-friendly gardening secrets. 3. Drop a comment telling me which vegetable you're going to plant first. I'm genuinely curious which one spoke to you. Let's grow together. Not just gardens, but a lifestyle that thrives naturally. This is No Fail Garden, and remember, you've got this. See you in the next video.